The morning sun casts long shadows across the stone courtyard of the Praetorium. Before the restless crowd stands Jesus of Nazareth, silent, bruised, draped in a purple robe, a crown of thorns pressed into his brow. Pontius Pilate surveys the prisoner, then turns to the people. He calls for water. A basin is brought, and he washes his hands before the multitude, declaring, "I am innocent of this man's blood. See to it yourselves." And the crowd answers with a single, terrible cry, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" The fate of the Son of God is sealed, not by evidence, but by the roar of a mob. Jesus is handed over to the Roman soldiers. They strip him and drape a scarlet robe across his torn back. They press a reed into his hand as a false scepter. Kneeling before him in mockery, they spit upon him and strike his head again and again. "Hail, King of the Jews!" they cry, never knowing how true their words will prove. The cross is laid upon his shoulders, rough, heavy timber pressing into open wounds. Jesus walks the narrow streets of Jerusalem, each step a battle against exhaustion and agony. The crowds line the way, some weeping, others jeering. When his strength at last gives way, the soldiers seize a man from the crowd, Simon of Cyrene, and compel him to carry the cross the rest of the journey. At the place called Golgotha, the place of the skull, they crucify him. Iron nails are driven through flesh and bone. The cross is raised between two criminals, and above his head they fix the inscription, "Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews." At the foot of the cross, soldiers cast lots for his garments, fulfilling the ancient prophecy. "They divided my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots." And yet, even now, from the place of his agony, Jesus speaks, not words of vengeance, but of mercy. "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Below him, Mary, his mother, stands in anguish, her tears falling upon the dust. She who cradled him as an infant now watches him die. Jesus sees her, and beside her, the disciple whom he loved. "Woman, behold your son," he says, and to the disciple, "Behold your mother." From the 6th hour, an unnatural darkness descends upon the land. For 3 hours, the sun refuses to shine, as though creation itself turns away in grief. The earth trembles, rocks split apart. A dreadful stillness settles over Golgotha, broken only by the labored breathing of the dying. Then Jesus cries out with a loud voice, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He is offered sour wine on a sponge. He receives it, and with his final breath, speaks 3 words that echo through eternity. It is finished. His head bows, his spirit departs. At that very moment, the veil of the temple is torn in two, from top to bottom. The earth shakes. Tombs break open. The Roman centurion, witnessing all of this, trembles and declares, "Truly, this was the Son of God." As evening falls, a wealthy man named Joseph of Arimathea, a secret disciple of Jesus, goes boldly to Pilate and asks for the body. Permission is granted. With great tenderness, Joseph and Nicodemus take Jesus down from the cross. They wrap his broken body in clean linen cloth, anointing it with myrrh and aloes. They carry him to a new tomb, hewn from the rock in a quiet garden. There they lay him to rest. A great stone is rolled across the entrance. At the demand of the chief priests, Pilate sends Roman guards to seal the tomb and stand watch. For even in death, they fear him. 3 days pass in silence and sorrow. Then, in the pale light before dawn on the first day of the week, the earth quakes once more, not in mourning now, but in triumph. An angel of the Lord descends from heaven, his appearance like lightning, his garments white as snow. He rolls away the great stone and sits upon it. The guards collapse in terror, falling as though dead. Mary Magdalene and the other women come to the tomb at first light, carrying spices to anoint the body. But the stone is rolled away. The tomb is open. The angel speaks to them. "Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here. He is risen, just as he said. Come, see the place where the Lord lay." They peer into the tomb and find only the folded linen cloths. Their fear turns to wonder. Their grief gives way to astonishment. They run to tell the disciples. But Mary Magdalene remains, weeping at the entrance of the empty tomb. Through her tears, she sees a figure standing in the garden. She supposes him to be the gardener. "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him." Then the figure speaks her name. "Mary." She turns. She sees. It is the Lord. "Rabbi," she cries, reaching for him. Jesus says to her gently, "Do not cling to me, for I have not yet ascended to my Father. But go to my brothers and tell them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." The morning sun breaks fully over the horizon, flooding the garden in golden light. Jesus stands radiant, not as a broken man upon a cross, but as the risen King, victorious over sin and death. His arms are open, his wounds now marks of glory. What was finished on the cross is now fulfilled in the resurrection. The stone has been rolled away, not to let Jesus out, but to let the world see that the tomb is empty. Death has been swallowed up in victory. He is risen. He is risen indeed.